Superliving recording length 08 minutes and 24 seconds. This recording was created using www.spokentext.net. Superliving, an explanation. Dr. DR.KASHALIKAR. From time immemorial, the life is seen to be associated with biological evolution and instinctual, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual evolution. Unlike the biological evolution in plants and animals, which is stereotyped, mankind is privileged with a gift of making choices, embodying instinctual, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual evolution, which we call superliving, holistic health, or total stress management. But since we can make choices, in every nook and corner of the world, right from early childhood to ripe old age, in every season, at every moment, on every occasion, and amidst every relationship, we are entangled in unending dilemmas. We have to make choices from right and wrong options. These options are in terms of physical, instinctual, emotional, and intellectual actions in different fields of life, such as personal relations, personal defense, international relations, military defense, healthcare, judiciary, education, trade, industry, agriculture, crafts, literature, architecture, arts, and so on. 2. These choices cannot be made from popular simplistic dictates. The utopian, egalitarian, gullible, and/or hypocritical concepts and preaching of indiscriminate equality, love, service, non-violence, peace, etc. do stand the harsh tests of reality of life. They do not enable or empower us to make right choices, and consequently we get trapped in conflicts and/or exploitation. This would be clear from the following examples. 3. The often preached and qualified equality has no place in society. Its insistence is either because of political opportunism, vested interests, hypocrisy, or utopianism. The father, mother, son, wife, teacher, student, etc. are not equal. They are not unequal also. They are, and they ought to be, in different, varying, symbiotic, complementary, synergistic, and mutually beneficial positions. Hence neither equality nor inequality, but complementarity has to be nurtured and harnessed. The love is advocated as subjective, as against objective, and universally benevolent feelings of love. Subjective love can lead to prejudice, bias, preference, partiality, fear, apprehension, inhibition, favoritism, and so on. It has no place in judgment, which requires balanced mind, that convicts a criminal. The indiscriminate service also has no basis when we are faced with an exploiter, because our services would further propagate and perpetuate exploitation. Similarly, the gullible peace has no relevance when we are being confronted by universal disaster created by a warmonger. Gullible moves of peace would certainly endanger the life of millions through imposed war. In the same vein, the indiscriminate and often hypocritical nonviolence has no meaning when we are being battered by the menace such as that of mosquitoes or rabid dogs, which we have to kill. 4. The philosophies, ideologies, and religions, and even the constitutions of United Nations have been and continue to provide concepts, ideas, decrees, and commandments and laws, respectively. These are intended to help individuals and masses of both sexes, all races, all ages, all seasons, and from all areas of the world, to make right choices. In turn, these choices are meant for living healthily, harmoniously, and happily so as to blossom and at all times. 5. Amongst these, probably the most misunderstood, neglected, ridiculed, and often maligned are the scriptures of India, Bharat, which are actually based on self-realization and aim to culminate in self-realization and bring about individual and universal blossoming. These provide holistic, universal, and pragmatic solutions and practical measures in every imaginable field of life and death, with a clear vision of self-realization and global emancipation. These are truly the expressions of the cosmic wisdom itself. 6. They have evolved and transformed the previously mentioned simplistic concepts of arbitrary and indiscriminate equality, inequality, love, hatred, mercy, meekness, service, exploitation, non-violence, violence, peace, war, etc., into enlightened, objective, universal perspective, accurate thinking, appropriate feelings, and genuinely humane instincts. They thus have crystallized and articulated universally benevolent and cogent concepts of complementarity, unity, harmony, swadharma, universal justice, and appropriate pertinent behavior, organized into sacrosanct personal duties or dharmas, of, for example, father, pitrudharma, son, putrudharma, mother, matrudharma, teacher, acharyadharma, ruler, rajdharma, and so on. Moreover, these sacrosanct duties were, and are even today in some places, followed with topmost priorities as privilege and golden opportunities, and not compulsions. They have been commanding, and command even today in some places, respect and reverence for millennia. 7. We must differentiate these universally benevolent concepts and behavioral trends from the simplistic and unwise preachings of indiscriminate service, exploitation, love-hatred, equality, inequality, peace, war, violence, non-violence, etc., which are basically the products of superficial and piecemeal approaches. 8. The details in these scriptures, however, require modifications, with due insight in them, and without changing the essence, foundation, basis, and/or purpose. Because the nature, life, and mankind require their enlightenment, holistic conceptual framework as well as the practical means which enable and empower to make right choices, attain self-realization, and achieve individual and universal blossoming. 9. This is superliving. It is a universal, eternal, continuous, unending, healing, rejuvenating, revitalizing, and fulfilling expedition. From another angle, superliving is a cosmic wisdom manifested from time to time in the people of the world, expressed in new and relevant ways by and for the people of the world. It embodies increase in the percentage of making right choices, through holistic perspective, thinking, feelings and instincts, in every walk of life, and blossom together. 10. Superliving cannot be made sectarian. It cannot be trivialized. Hence this particular appreciation and participation in superliving, which is a great privilege and golden opportunity, is also not institutionalized. It cannot be, and ought to be, not restricted by any arbitrary laws, rules, and regulations of an institution or organization. Moreover, it is universal, and cannot be split or reduced into any smaller or trivial factions. In addition, it is an ongoing eternal process and does not depend on any favors, mercy, donations, and/or tax exemptions, and has never been, and would never be, subservient to personal or sectarian interests of any king, ruler, party, or any other entity. 11. Actually, cosmic light has manifested as has been in the past, in the form of superliving and its core, namely Namasmaran, to be an integral part of life in general, and of the formal and informal education in particular, all over the world. This phenomenon is bound to expedite the process of individual and global blossoming, enlightenment and emancipation. 12. Even as the whole universe is linked with superliving and Namasmaran, which is a universal phenomenon independent of our will, it is really an individually and universally blossoming privilege to be a part of it, with top priority, irrespective of our sex, age, religion, race, color, nationality, region, occupation, etc. This recording was created using spoken text, the free online text-to-speech converter. To learn more about spoken text, visit www.spokentext.net.